Top of the day to you all, and welcome once again to Module 10, Unit 2 of PDE 5202. The last time we talked about this Module 10, we tried to give the definition of curriculum development. Today, we shall be talking about factors influencing curriculum development. There are about 6 of them, but we shall be talking about 3 salient ones. The first one there is political factor. How politics influences curriculum design and development start with funding and political standards. Both private and public educational institutions rely on funding for hiring personnel, building, and maintaining facilities and equipment. All aspects of curriculum depend on local, state, and national political standards. When you are talking about funding, of course you know whether state government, local government, federal government, they fund most of the public institutions, whether primary, secondary, and tertiary institution. They fund them, and so they dictate what happens in those public institutions. We are also talking about standards. We talk about aspects of curriculum depends on local, state, and national and political standards. For example, politics affects curriculum development from defining goals, interpreting curricular materials, to approving examination system. Of course, you agree with me when you say curriculum, subject curricula, they come from the Federal Ministry of Education down to the state, and the state will disseminate it to their different schools at the local levels. So, one way or the other, politics affects curriculum development. The other one is social factor. As already explained, society has its own expectations about the aims and objectives that should be considered when designing the curriculum. It also has a perception of what the product of the school system should look like. It is therefore necessary for curriculum designers to take into account this societal consideration. Take for an instance, subjects which has gender education and political economy have proved difficult to be included in the curriculum because of the resistance from some religious group. Of course, you know, when you are talking about sex education now, to include it in the subject curricula has been so much difficult because some part of Nigeria region will not allow such a thing to be included. You know, from the north, even from other part of the country, they don't allow you to discuss sex education with their children. So you have to look at the societal factor before you can include subject matters in the subject curricula. The other one there is technological factor. The computer technology of the 21st century influences curriculum development at every level of learning. Now, when you are talking of technological factor, computer technology in the 21st century, what we need in 21st century from Nigerian students, is their ability to think reflectively and apply knowledge gained from problem solving to solve our societal problem. So given this, while stuffing the subject curriculum with subject matters, you have to think about the ICT. You think about the technological development within and outside the country. Take for instance, the issue of STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is the in thing in the country now. In most of the developed country, it's a forgotten issue because they started that for a very long time and it's yielding positive results. While most developed countries embark on STEM education is because it affords their children to think reflectively and to make use of the knowledge they will gain from problem solving method of STEM education. They will be able to apply it to solve most of their societal problems. So technological factor have to be taken into some consideration while developing curriculum. The other one there is child psychology. Child psychology, there is no way you not put into consideration the psychology of children development, because while you are developing the technology, you have to look at the level of the students you want to you are developing the curriculum for. You have to look at their age, their ability level, their own background, and what have you, before you can say, okay, these are the subject matters you want to include in your subject curriculum. You can read the rest up in your course outline. Until we meet to discuss further the module 10 of this very interesting course, do have a great day.